So it's just a real quick.
Kind of what kind of say. All right, look first. Let me see. Did it go live on your phone? Does it sound to what? I'm saying something right now. Send it to me because I don't see it. Okay, solid. Okay, solid. All right, Slocky, y'all for the technical difficulties. We good to go now, though. Please like, share, subscribe to ICBK. Hollywood Israelites on YouTube. What else is it? Hollywood Israelites on YouTube. ICBK Southern Cal on Facebook. Um, all the content will be dropping there too, as well as here. Some things you can post on Facebook, but you can't post on YouTube. So it's on. Follow the Facebook as well. All your updates on upcoming high holy days and things of that nature will be posted there. Uh, ICBK California on TikTok, Hollywood Israelites on TikTok, ICBK West Coast on TikTok. Follow all the pages, man. Just support this truth. Brothers trying to push it out in every which way. You know what I'm saying? That's what needs to be done. So when you see this class, man, like and share it, man. Put it up there. We're finna go into Brotherhood tonight. As you know, I'm Precinct Officer Karatazov. I'll be holding it down tonight. We're gonna talk about maintaining brotherhood. With that, Shalami How Bashimi Al Shai Brakatah to all the brothers. Shalami How Shamal Bashimi Al Shai to all the sisters, right? 1 second, bear with me. Share this up real quick. Bear with me, bear with me. Telling y'all to share it. I gotta share it myself, man. I know the previous post, Salakia, it's having technical difficulties. You know what I'm saying? But we got it all squared away now. The audio was out. So we're just gonna throw it up right here. Hold on. I'm almost done. Share to ICBK Southern Cal. Okay. So brotherhood, right? It's one of those things that Israel lacks. In today's society, Israel lacks the brotherhood. We tend to overlook this as something that's being important, but you hear it all the time. The UPK says, we say the brotherhood is amazing, the brotherhood is wonderful, the sisterhood is wonderful, the sisterhood is amazing. That's because in the world you're not gonna find no brotherhood, no sisterhood, not even from, you know, well, I would say it's very rare that you find brotherhood and sisterhood in the world. And and the places that you expect to have it the most, which is be like your family or your close friends or people that you grew up with, you see as time goes on that starts to dwindle. And that's how you know that brotherhood and sisterhood, that brotherhood or that sisterhood that you thought you had wasn't real. It wasn't true. It wasn't, built on the foundation of Christ, right? Now, the brotherhood, when we talk about the brotherhood in ISBK, we're talking about brotherhood and sisterhood that's built on the foundation of Christ, which is always going to stand, which is always going to be. You see what I'm saying? Because it's built on a righteous foundation. Um, and when we, follow the ways that Christ taught us to, have brotherhood, to keep brotherhood and maintain it, these are the things that are going to keep the brotherhood alive. He gave you the way to have brotherhood and have sisterhood that will be forevermore. You know what I'm saying? He gave you the blueprint to it to be. This is what's going to keep it going forever. You know what I'm saying? You won't fail, you won't lack, you won't dwindle, or the brotherhood won't, falter if you follow these directions, these steps, and these instructions, right? But in the world, you tend to not have those things. You tend to not, you tend to not know, hey, I don't know how they won't act to me because, you tend to have like a little in the back of your mind, I would say, a selfishness. You know what I'm saying? You tend to try to put your thoughts, your feelings before that person. You know what I'm saying? You tend to think like, you know, well, yeah, it's just really just a selfishness that you tend to have for yourself. And Christ teaches us selflessness. You see what I'm saying? It teaches us how to be just how I would want somebody to be to me for them. If I want this for myself, I'm gonna be this way for them. You know what I'm saying? If I want, I'm not gonna say certain things to offend this person because I want this for myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be this way towards this person because I want this for myself. And if you wouldn't do it to yourself, you shouldn't do it to your brother. You know what I'm saying? And this is what a lot of issues stem from is that people don't know how to, just be one with one another. I'm gonna get this one precept real quick before I get started to my main precepts. We all know it. It's a milk precept, and it goes hand in hand with what I'm talking about. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull it for y'all. This is not my sword. Hold on. I'll just pull it on my phone to be faster. Let me see. Bedrock precept for y'all. Us as brothers and sisters is what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? We need to maintain the brotherhood at all times. The book is Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. It says, gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Now, the Lord is commanding us to gather together, us as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. So you having differences, you being selfish, you being, the way you are, is that going to gather yourself together with your brothers and sisters? No, it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to bring you no more closer to the people that it's not going to bring you no more closer to the people that you're surrounded by. And you should surround yourself by, you know, your fellow brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? You should surround yourself by, people that are your kinsmen according to your flesh, people that look like you, people who are of your flesh, of your bloodline. You should surround yourself by those people, not alienate yourself from those people. Then you're gonna be a stranger in the world. Then Satan's gonna attack you even more. But another thing that this brotherhood and sisterhood prevents is from failing. You know what I'm saying? It prevents you from failing, from being the person or being the person that goes without. It prevents you from failing, from being the person that will give up. You know what I'm saying? A brother might not let you give up, a sister might not let you give up. You're saying you might have a weak moment. A brother's not gonna let you just go through that weak moment alone. A sister might not let you just go through that weak moment alone. Instead, they're gonna pick up that cross with you. They're gonna pick up that burden and help you get through that burden. You see what I'm saying? And that's brotherhood, that's sisterhood. And it's something that we should do continuously. Teach it to our children. Teach it to our aunties, our uncles, our cousins. He's fine. He's fine. He teach it. You can teach it to him. You know what I'm saying? So, what was I about to say? Another thing that we lack in the community is knowing how to forgive somebody, knowing how to you see that you might have hurt somebody's feelings. You see you might have rubbed somebody the wrong way. You see you might have you know uh dishonored somebody in a certain way. And sometimes you might not see that you might have dishonored somebody in a certain way. That's why scriptures tell us. I'm gonna get this one first before I get the next one. Sometimes you might not know that you dishonored somebody. That's why scriptures tell you to go to him and him alone. You see what I'm saying? It's like it 1 second. Matthew 18. It's like it. Matthew 18:15. Right? That's what we're talking about. So like if you know you did it, you should apologize. You should go to that person. You know what I'm saying? If you know you offended that person, it's like it. Did I offend you? It's like it. Did I, did I didn't mean it in this way. You should explain yourself. Just way that way you gain the brother, you gain the sister. And if you're the person that's offended and that person doesn't know that they offended you or they dishonored you or you know, they did something wrong to you, you have to be vocal about it and let them be known because then how would that situation, how would that problem get fixed? How would that problem get fixed? If a person knows that they dishonored you or they know that they wronged you or they know that they hurt you, the rightful thing to do is to go to that person and fix that hurt that you caused. You see what I'm saying? The right thing to do is to fix the hurt that you caused because then you fix the brotherhood rather than allowing that hurt to maintain and fester and grow. And then what? You now are a problem in the brotherhood. Now you have not gained the brotherhood. All this is the truth is about gaining brothers and sisters and maintaining what brothers and sisters have already established. Salakia. And likewise, if you're the person that offended somebody, or if you're the person that is offended, the person might not know that they dishonored you. The person might not know that they offended you. The person might not know that they did any wrong to you. But you have to be a person that is vocal about it and express it to the other person that offended you. And the scripture said right here, Matthew 18:15, it says, moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If thy brother shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother, right? So you go to that person, him and him alone, pull him to the side, pull her to the side and say, hey, Slack it, sis, when you said that or when you yelled at my child like that a little bit, because when you various situations, when you did something to me, something that caused me to be offended, you pull it to the side. You don't gotta say it in front of everybody. That's another thing we tend to do in the Black, Hispanic, and Native community. We tend to just to blow up on people. We act irrational. We don't act with no type of discipline, no type of order, no type of structure. So we act impulsive. That's the word I'm looking for. We act impulsive. We just, quick to blow up. I'm flash on her. She got me effed up, or he got me effed up. And, next thing you know, a brother getting gunned down. Next thing you know, a sister getting her wig pulled out of her head, and she bald headed for the next 3 months, or maybe the rest of her life. You see what I'm saying? That's just how it go. And the Lord doesn't want us to act like that towards one another. The Lord doesn't want us to have that animosity or that that viciousness towards one another. He'd rather us be like, hey, like adults or like calm human beings and talk it out and hash it out and fix it and love one another and move past it. That's what the Lord rather require us than a brother shooting another brother in the head, or a sister. Some sisters get shot too, pulling up on them and shooting them as well. But the Lord will rather have us do that. You see what I'm saying? And we are required to move along with one another, move forward with one another, and love one another. That's a commandment of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna read this precept again. For the offended, right? For the offended, right? So you're the person that is offended, and the person doesn't know. They say Matthew 18:15. Moreover, if your brother sins against you, brother or sister sins against you, go and tell him his fault between you and him alone. If he hears you, you have gained your brother. You have gained that brother now. It's been times that a brother might have dishonored me, or a brother might have offended me. You know what I'm saying? I went to him and him alone. We talked it out, squared it away, and now look, we gained each other. I know that he has an understanding of how to come at me and how to deal with me. I have an understanding of how to come at him and deal with him, and our brotherhood has increased with one another. Because now we have a newfound respect for one another, a newfound honor for one another. You see what I'm saying? Because we talked it out like adults. Now, Like that's why I say likewise, if you a person that know you offended that person, like, dang, I might have offended that person, or I might have hurt this person's feelings. You're gonna need to go to that person as well. You should take the first step to be like, you know what? It's like it. You know what I'm saying? I know what I said might have offended you. I know what I said might have, rubbed you the wrong way. But let's are you good? Is it okay? This is that. You should ask those type of things, and that way you can move forward with the brother or sister. You know what I'm saying? All right. And now this segues right into my next point. In the same chapter, Matthew 18 and 22, brothers and sisters got to learn to let that stuff go. Got to learn to forgive a brother and sister. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn to, some people might offend you multiple times. It happens a lot in relationships. You know what I'm saying? Your spouse might, you know, y'all might be getting into it. He might offend you. He might, she might say something out of line, and y'all might get into over and over again. You know what I'm saying? But y'all love each other, so y'all work through it. Y'all move past it, or he gonna have to sit down. Sit down now. It's like it. Yeah, it's fine. So y'all gonna have to learn to move past it, right? So I'm gonna pull Matthew 18 and 22, right? This is something that we must learn to do because, like I said, y'all love one another and y'all gonna be one another. I'm speaking in a relationship sense, and this also can correlate to a brotherhood, sisterhood sense. Y'all love one another, y'all gonna be with one another. So in that aspect, y'all, I'm gonna see this brother all the time. You know what? He might keep offending me, but this is my brother, man. I'm gonna have to deal with him. You're gonna have to just I'm gonna work with him till you get it right. Some people don't have it in their mind, like get that under control. Some people don't have it in their mind to, they just, I wouldn't say clumsy. They're just and I wouldn't say rude. What's the word for it? They can just act a fool. They can be hard to deal with. You know what I'm saying? We all have that. And you tolerate them because you love them, or you tolerate them because of who they are to you. You see what I'm saying? But the point of it is to help them grow, gain that person, help them grow. And if they keep offending you, you move past it, right? So let's do this. Matthew 18 and 22. Yahweh saith unto him, I say not unto thee. Oh, so like, let me go up one verse. Hold on. Let me go up one verse. Pull it right here. Because this is a disciple coming to Christ, saying, basically he's asking Christ. Then Peter came to him is Christ, and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him? Till 7 times? So Peter's coming to Christ and saying, this brother keep offending me. How often do I gotta keep forgiving this brother on the offense that he's doing to me? You know what I'm saying? How often is that something that that is required of me to keep doing? Right? And he put a number on it. He said, 7 times, 7 times cool. That's how often I should forgive this brother for, offending me. Right? And most people would think that there is a limit on how many times you gotta offend this person. I mean, on how many times you gotta forgive this person, right? On how many times on how many times you should stop working on the problems or working on the issues. You see what I'm saying? And Christ said in verse 22 says, Yahweh said unto him, Jesus said unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times. So he says, no, I don't say unto you till 7 times, but I say, but until 70 times 7. So he's telling him until 70 times 7. Now, do we say, okay, 70 times 7 is roughly about, no, we don't do that. He's giving him, like, how you would say, I love you 1,000,000 times over. Do you really love that person 1,000,000 times over? Is that number really your declaration of love? You're just being figurative in your speech. You see what I'm saying? Christ is being figurative in his speech as well. He's saying he just gave him 70 times 7. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you love that brother that much more. You forgive that brother that much more, not just, in your mind, you have that limit in your mind. He's saying, no, you continuously forgive your brothers and sisters. Because why? The Lord has commanded us to love one another as we love ourselves. The Lord has commanded us to gather together. The Lord takes a delighting in brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Psalms 133:1. How beautiful, how pleasant it is for brothers to dwell together in unity. These are the things that the Lord requires of us. Because without these things, our nation is going to fail. Our nation will be nothing without brotherhood. If we can't join together as a nation, then what? What nation is that? A scattered people, which like we are now. And that's why the Lord sent the Isupk to teach you and to show you proper and true brotherhood, which is something that we gotta learn and maintain. We gotta learn to forgive your mama. You gotta learn to forgive your father because he wasn't there. You gotta learn to forgive your mama because she wasn't the best mom. Shoot, she was going through hell and oppression just like you are now. You see what I'm saying? You gotta learn to forgive these people. Move past it. Be a better adult that you're able to understand that, hey, understand some things your mama might not even understand. Like, dang, you don't even know. You was going through this, it's because of the Lord. And that's why. And because of that, I forgive you. You might heal something in her. You see what I'm saying? She might heal something in your pops. Oh, pops is good. You wasn't there. That's cool, man. It's good. You know what I'm saying? Let's work on this now. Let's do it like this now. You know what I'm saying? These are the things, the type of mindset you wanna have. This is true baptism, changing your mindset, the washing of water by the word. You see what I'm saying? The word is gonna cure you. The Lord tell you forgive a brother, learn to forgive somebody, learn to gain somebody. You know what it's like to have true friends? I bet you don't, because you're in the world. So you want to have true friends, you want to have true brotherhood, come into the truth. Scripture say there's a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. You're gonna find friends that sticketh closer than a brother in here, your own blood. You don't feel like they blood because they are blood. You see what I'm saying? We are that one nation, right? Let me drop that. Let me get up. Matthew 18:15, got that one. Because, right, we get 1 John 4:20, right? Because you can't say you a person that, I serve God, I love the Lord. I serve God, I love the Lord, and everything's all good. It's like you. I serve God, I love the Lord, and all things are good, but you hate your brother. You know what I'm saying? You despise who he is. You like, man, I don't know about this dude right here. You know what I'm saying? You can't be that person because the Lord, how can you be that person? And the Lord commanded us to love one another. You see what I'm saying? Dang, I just lost that. What I was looking for. Salaki. Hold on 1 second. Yep. Okay, so I got it back. There we go. 1 John 4:20. If a man say, I love God and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For for he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath not seen, how can he love God? It's like it. He that loveth his brother, whom he has seen, how can he love God, whom he has not seen? You see what I'm saying? You can't say you love the Lord, but you hate your brother. Like, you can't say you love the Lord and you see that black man that's right across the street from you. You say, man, F that Negro. You see what I'm saying? I hate him. I don't like him. You see what I'm saying? Why don't you go do what the scripture say? If he offended you, if he bothered you, go to him and him alone. You see what I'm saying? If y'all, on that type of level and mesh that and mesh that. Like, I got neighbors that are worrisome to me, but I have a mindset of being compassionate towards them because why? They're Israelites. They don't know no, but they're not in the truth. They don't know no better. So you know what? I say hi to them. I be polite to them. You know what I'm saying? I move a certain way with them. I don't just be like, nah, these F them. You know what I'm saying? This is that. You know what I'm saying? I don't move that way because I love the Lord, truly. And I love these brothers. I love the brothers that the Lord has given me. I love the people that the Lord has, endured me to, endowed me to. You know what I'm saying? I love these people. Because who am I? If I don't love these people, whom the Lord, said to gather together with, if I don't love these people whom the Lord said, the family that the Lord gave me, you know what I'm saying? Do I truly love the Lord? Because He gave these to me. He gave these people to me. You see what I'm saying? This is my nation. These are my people. I'm gonna love. Who am I gonna go love? The white man? I'm gonna go love him more than I love my people. Who am I gonna go love? The Asian man, the Chinese man. That's what we tend to do. We tend to go love the other nations. Give them all the compassion. Give them all our strength. Give them all our, all our love. Give them all our forgiveness. They shoot a brother down, shoot him 50 times. You gonna march and say on the news channel, Channel 4 News, Channel 5 News, that I forgive him. He killed. I know they shot him 50 times. It was a horrible thing, but I forgive him. I forgive him. But your granny or your mama didn't pay you $20 for a whole year. You hate her. You know what I'm saying? She owe you $50. You hate her. She owe you $10. You hate her. Sister ain't paid you back. You know what I'm saying? She took your roach out your ashtray. You hate her. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we don't condone smoking weed. That's unlawful. But I'm just saying in the worldly sense. Small things you hate your family for. But a heathen can kill you down, gun you down in the street, and you forgive them. They say what Dylan Roof came up in that church, killed all them people. They forgave him the next day. You see what I'm saying? Forgave him the next day. Or at least they said they did. You see what I'm saying? Stop giving your love and your compassion and your strength to these other nations, man. Instead, give it to your people. We need it. You know what I'm saying? We the ones undesired in this world. We the ones that need it. We the ones that's walking around here needing brotherhood, needing sisterhood, needing each other. We're the ones that need these things. And we're not getting it from the people we need to get it from. In fact, we're not getting it at all. You see what I'm saying? And that's a problem in the community. That's a problem in our nation. You see what I'm saying? We need to gain one another. We need to love one another and gather together with one another, forgive one another, go to Him and Him alone. Like I said in the beginning of the class, Christ gave us the blueprint. The Lord gave Christ the blueprint. Christ gave us the blueprint on how to operate and maintain and dwell together peaceably, righteously, and in the spirit of brotherhood, in the spirit of Christ. Like I said, the Isupk built their foundation and their brotherhood on Christ. You're not gonna see, brothers and sisters, dishonoring each other. Brothers ain't gonna sleep with another man's wife. Brothers gonna serve the Lord in here. Brothers ain't gonna sell another man drugs up in here. Brothers ain't gonna, whore out a sister. These are not things that we do in the ISUBK under Commander Jimmy Hunter. See what I'm saying? Because our foundation of what we've been taught and what we do is built on brotherhood. It's built on the foundations of Christ. You see what I'm saying? Right. Let's see. Let's move on to my next precept. Let me see, Slacker, where do I want to go? Give me 1 second. Right, this is what I was talking about. Because you want to give your love to these other nations. You want to show them, you want to give your compassion. And these other nations don't love us. These other nations don't, like I said, where else are we going to get the love from if we don't give it to each other? Because these other nations despise us. These other nations hate us. Lamentations 2:15, right? All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem. And saying, this is the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth. You see what I'm saying? This is how heathens think of us. This is how heathens think of Israelites, black people, black sisters, Hispanic people, Hispanic sisters. You know what I'm saying? Native people, native sisters. I mean, native brothers, native sisters. Like, This is how they think of us, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives. This is how they picture us in their mind because they know who we are. They know that you were God's chosen people. That's why you got them fake Jews over there in Israel right now pretending to be you, taking your heritage. You know what I'm saying? Making money off pretending to be you. You see what I'm saying? This is what they're doing. Yet you want to give your love to them. Yet you want to hate your brother. I'm gonna read this precept one more time. Lamentations 2:15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem. Right? Saying, this day, this is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth, right? Because this is what the Lord gave us. He gave us we were supposed to be looked at as the joy of the whole earth. You see what I'm saying? Our cities are supposed to be beautiful and magnificent. Trust me, it's still gonna happen. But now that they got a little one up on you, they feel like, that they're gonna talk bad about you. This is how they truly think of you. No matter how much they smile in your face, no matter how much they, pretend to be what they are. I mean, pretend to be a friend to you. They hate you on the inward parts. They hate you on the inward parts. Scripture says these words are smoother than butter. They gonna come off like they the friends, but they not, man. They not. They're your enemies, right? And these people that are our enemies, they're enemies of the Lord. And since they're enemies of the Lord, and you are the Lord's chosen people, they're your enemies as well, right? Give me 1 second. It's another precept I want. Psalms 139:21, right? Like I said, they are enemies of the Lord. So now they are your enemies. Since you're God's chosen people and they hate the Lord, they're gonna what? Obviously hate you. You see what I'm saying? And Psalms 139:21 says, do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee, and am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee. Right? Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee. I don't know about, but these oppressors hate the Lord. They do everything that goes against the Lord, then act like they are of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? We gotta recognize these things and recondition our mind to the ways that the Lord wants us to think and how the Lord wants us to act, because these people actually absolutely hate you, and you choose to give your love towards them. You choose to act just like them. You choose to be just like them, and in you being less like them, you become the racist, bigot, and hateful person towards your own people. See what I'm saying? You become that. Oh well, they all right. And that nigga just need to get a job. That they do need to stop coming across the border. They do need to stop. This is the America. This is the best land. You start to think like them and act like them subconsciously or openly. You know what I'm saying? And then you become an enemy to your own people. You see what I'm saying? Because now you're adopting their ways. You got to be a person that says, "Oh, these people hate the Lord. These people hate my God and they hate me because I'm of Him, because I'm chosen by Him." So you got to be a person like this. It says, "Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate Thee? Am I not aggrieved with those that rise up against Thee?" Right? You got to be an enemy to the Lord's enemies. You can't be a friend to the Lord's enemies, right? Let me see. Because you can't be faking the funk with the Lord, man. You can't be faking the funk with the Lord. You can't be going against the grain. You got to be a person that is loving the Lord in deed and in truth and in sincerity, right? First John 4, I mean, it's like a First John 4:24. God is a spirit, and they that worship Him must worship Him in spirit and in truth. You got to worship the Lord in truth. This goes into what I was saying about gaining a brother, offending a sister, loving one another, serving the Lord. You got to do this truthfully. You got to do this righteously. You got to do it because it's what you want to do. It's what you got to do. You see what I'm saying? It has to be, let that be the burden. I got to be right for the Lord. Let that be your burden. You know what I'm saying? Let that be your burden. I got to be right for the Lord. I want to be right for the Lord. It's what I must do. It's what I need to do, and just focus on that. And you'll be a better person. You'll be a better person doing what the Lord says to do. You know what I'm saying? If you're a sister and you married, doing what your husband says to do. You see what I'm saying? If you're a brother, following the orders and maintaining the discipline that the school has taught you. You know what I'm saying? Being, in the spirit, because this school operates in the spirit of the Lord. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm not lying to you. School operates in the spirit of the Lord, and that's how we're able to come together and gather together, like how we got about to have the Passover. That's how we're able to do those things, because we have people who come from different walks of life and said, you know what, I'm going to burden myself, not burden myself. My burden that I put on myself is to be righteous to the Lord. If being righteous to the Lord, if I want to truly serve the Lord, I want to truly be right. That means loving my brothers. That means coming together. That means keeping Passover. That means sacrificing days and nights. That means, chipping out gas money, helping the brother out with his rent, doing these various different things. If this is what this means, and this pleases the Lord, I'm going to do it. That's what it got to be. If this is the school that the Lord has set up, well, I'm going to do what's right by this school, because obviously the Lord loves this school. If He's going to set it up for us, for it to be taught, set up priests to teach us like this. I'm going to love this school. I'm going to endear myself to the school. I'm going to pay my tithes to this school. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to do these type of things. I'm going to pay that Passover fee. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to pay that Passover fee, because look at what they're trying to do for us. It's your contribution to the Passover. You see what I'm saying? So brothers and sisters gotta realize that this ain't the Visage, or this ain't the the Christian church. This ain't what you're used to in the world. This ain't the Army, Navy. This ain't your neighborhood church. This is not those things. These are the things that Christ wants. This is the foundation that the Lord wants. And the Lord, these are things that the Lord set up. And that's why I say the oppressor, the devil, that the Bible speaks of, because he has set up so much other things in this world to go against this. So much lustful, so much things that fulfill your lust and to make you confused, or to pull you further and further away from the truth, that it's hard for you to grasp it. But I'm here to tell you to grasp hold of it and hold fast to it, because a lot of people don't have this opportunity, or a lot of people didn't have this opportunity that you might have coming into this truth or hearing the truth. Like, people died without knowing the truth. You see what I'm saying? That's a sad thing. Or without even having the option of knowing the truth. Certain brothers and sisters died without giving the opportunity of getting told, close your legs, be a righteous woman, come in here, and find you a righteous husband. Follow the protocols. You see what I'm saying? That's brotherhood. That's sisterhood. Brother, shed yourself for the world. Brother, shed yourself for the world and come in here. Learn how to be a righteous brother. Learn how to be a righteous husband. Learn how to be, a priest. Learn how to be these things. And now you can go out into the world as a different man, as a new man. Sister, learn to shed yourself for the world. Learn to, learn who your enemies are. Learn, various different things. Learn how to be a righteous woman, a righteous wife. You know what I'm saying? Get counsel how to, well, I want to be like this. I want to, have this type of husband. You're going to find the right brother in due time. But shed yourself of this world, because this world is trying to swallow you up. And if you don't truly shed yourself for the world and come in here in truth and in spirit to serve the Lord, then what? Are you truly changed? Do you truly love the brotherhood? Do you truly love the truth? Do you truly love the Lord? Or are you just here for a certain objective? And you people that come in here that are not really rooted in here, you're gonna get unrooted out of here. Like the parable of the sower. Some seeds are thrown on stony ground. Some seeds are thrown on, shallow ground. And some seeds are thrown and they find good ground and they get rooted in. See what I'm saying? Some seeds, they burn up. The sun comes and burns them up before they can even sprout. Some seeds sprout and then the sun burns them up because they're not fully rooted into the ground. Be a brother and sister that is rooted into this truth, rooted into what the Lord loves, rooted into what the Lord set up, the law, statutes, and commandments. Root yourself in there. Find that good ground. Don't be here for a time period because it's brothers and sisters that are truly coming here, that truly, walking here, and they depend on this brotherhood. They have nothing else in their life. They need this. You see what I'm saying? And you being unsincere, you being dissincere is a lack of brotherhood. It's a lack of sisterhood. You have to be truly sincere in here. You have to be truly love one another. Truly love your people. And come in here wholeheartedly and give it your all. You see what I'm saying? That's what the Lord requires of you. He didn't gave you all to everybody else. He didn't gave you all to the white man. He didn't gave you all to the job. He didn't gave you all to your ex. You see what I'm saying? He didn't gave you all to everything else but the Lord, but your brothers, but your sisters. Give you all to them, right? Salaki. John 4:24. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. John 7:38. He that believeth on me, as the scripture has said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. Right? Brothers and sisters got to understand that as well. The Lord gonna make sure you good. Believe on him, trust on him, lean on him. And the Lord, that's why coming in here, it's of the Lord, because the Lord set up brothers and sisters for you to lean on, for you to help. I'm not just saying for monetary gain, for money and stuff like that. Nah, he might have to call up a general. Can I get counsel on this, sir? Call up a camp leader. Can I get counsel on this, sir? This is bothering me. This was going on with me, and they're gonna give you the strength to fight those demons off you, to fight your battles, to put you back in warfare. They might, the brother's gonna help you. Sometimes, brother's gonna help you just to, get back up on your feet, to give you, to reignite that flame. Because sometimes, these brothers be worn. Brothers be going through things. Sisters be going through things. Be warned. You go through things and your flame Satan starts trying to, he's surrounding you so much with so many demons, so many things going on. Picture this like this is your candle, right? This water bottle right here is your candle. You can see it. This water bottle right here is your candle. And everybody knows with fire needs oxygen, right? So you got this flame, and your flame is burning. It's your full flame, maximum strength. But then demons start to come. They surround you. Boom. 1 demon, 2 demon, 3 demon. It's swarming you to where no wind or no oxygen can get to that flame. Now, your flame starts to dwindle. It's not as strong as it was in the beginning. But then you reach out to somebody. You reach out to the UPK. Say, you know what? With your last little bit of strength, you on your demons about to get you. But you at your humblest state, you're like, man, I ain't got nothing else left. Or, man, I need to hurry back. It's getting bad for me out here. I'm about to not have nothing else left. I'm still good, but I can tell that I'm being attacked. My life ain't, I'm not where I want to be. My spirit don't feel right. You need to reach out to the truth. With your last little bit of strength for these demons swarm and take out your fire. For they put your flame out and you be nothing. You be less than. But like I was saying, you have a brothers and brothers be like, man, I'm going through it. Demon isolation. They isolate you from everybody. Make you get you by yourself. You know what I'm saying? They get you by yourself and they, they make you want to be, alone. They make you feel and think certain thoughts. And When they do those things, you separate yourself, you isolate yourself, you're going right to where they want you. Now they can box you by yourself. You have nobody to lean on, nobody to, help you get through that because you've isolated yourself. When you should have just reached out and a brother could have came and helped reignite your flame because threw some gasoline on your flame, because threw some lighter fluid on your flame. And now you can fight back. You can get these demons off you. You can be stronger. And then you can help somebody else fight back. You can help somebody else fight back. You can help somebody else fight back. You see what I'm saying? And gain brothers and sisters. And love brothers and sisters. Brothers gonna love you for helping them. You think somebody's gonna appreciate your help? You see what I'm saying? That's what we do in the ISUPK. That's what you need to learn to do. And don't wait till the last second. Get in here now. Like I said, some people ain't even had the time. Because this is not what Christ died for. Christ didn't die for, us just to lollygag in these time periods. Christ laid down his life for us, brothers and sisters like you, like me, that were in the world, that know that don't know what you're doing. Dang, I was really that evil. And Christ died for me to be able to have this opportunity right now. This is the opportunity Christ died for. Now, ISBK. This is that opportunity. You gonna take that for granted? You know what I'm saying? That brother and sister that's right next to you, sitting right in this room, and or in this class with you. These are the people who Christ died for. You see what I'm saying? Read this precept for you. John 15:13. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. That's what Christ did. Christ laid down his life for us. He considered us his friends. He considered us his brothers, his sisters, and we were that by blood. So this is one of our family members that laid down their life for us to be able to be, better. And he didn't need to die. Picture that. You be like, you see it all the time. Be like, that poor baby didn't need to die. Didn't deserve to die. That was Christ. Christ is that poor baby that didn't deserve to die. That shouldn't have went. How do you honor that? By living the way Christ taught us. You know what I'm saying? Which is the way of the Lord. The Lord gave instructions to Christ. Christ gave instructions to us. You see what I'm saying? He just taught us, when Moses gave us the law, Christ just came and fulfilled it. And not fulfilled it to do away with it, but fulfilled it to, show us the right way to do it. To put the brotherhood in the law. Before you just sin, kill you. Sin, turtle dove. Sin, sacrifice. Christ came and taught us, look, the Lord would rather you just listen instead of just, trying to find loopholes in the law. The Lord would just rather you listen to him. You know what I'm saying? Forgive a brother. Christ came and taught us how to properly forgive a brother. Hey, man, look, have mercy on a brother. The Lord have mercy on you. If you the brother that ain't sinned, then cast judgment on that. Like I'm speaking at the time where they brought this sister and they was gonna stone her for committing adultery. And Christ said, whoever has not sinned, I'm paraphrasing, whoever has not sinned, you could throw the first stone. And Christ was the only brother there that has not sinned. And he didn't kill that sister. He had mercy on that sister. He told her, go and sin no more. You see what I'm saying? That's one thing our people lacked, was compassion, love, and having forgiveness, and not even correction. Gotta correct our brothers and sisters as well. Right? Greater love, John 15:13, greater love have no man than this, that he laid down his life for his friends. That's some of the things that Christ did. He laid down his life for us. You see what I'm saying? And you go against that, right? You go against that. You choose to be like somebody else. You choose to be a Christian. You choose to be an African. You choose to be you know what I'm saying? You choose to be a Catholic. You choose to be a Muslim. The ways of heathen, right? Not the ways of men. Not the ways of Christ, Salaki. Choose to be in the ways of men and not the ways of Christ, right? Jude 1:11, it says, woe unto them, for they have gone in the way of Cain and ran greedily after the heir of Balaam for reward, and perished in their gainsaying of Kor. Slacking. Right? Woe unto them, for they have gone in the way of Cain and ran greedily after the heir of Baal. This is basically I bring this precept out because these are people that it says destruction unto them that go into these other ways. They went into the way of Cain, these Canaanites at that time. They went into the way of these of Baal at these times. This is what they turn to, which is much like how we turn to being a Christian, which is much like we turn to being a Muslim when Christ died for us. You see what I'm saying? When Christ died for blacks, Hispanics, and natives, and blacks, Hispanic, and natives turned to be somebody else. You see what I'm saying? The book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 1 tells us, look, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins. Right? We are sinning against the Lord, man. You are transgressing against the Lord. When the Lord gave you Christ, when the Lord gave you Moses, when the Lord gave you David, when the Lord gave you Joshua, when the Lord gave you Peter, when the Lord gave you, various different brothers and sisters in the Bible. When the Lord gave you his law, when the Lord gave you the ways that are pleasing unto him, I pull this precept all the time. I'm going to pull it again because it's a heavy precept for us to understand. When the Lord gave you a nation, when the Lord gave you the ways that are pleasing unto him. All right, I'm going to pull this real quick. Right? Baruch 4:1. This is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endure forever. And all they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Right? Now, you would normally hear this precept in the Wednesday class, but since we're talking about brotherhood, and brotherhood is a law, you see what I'm saying? And the laws are for the brotherhood and for the nation, they go hand in hand, right? Turn thee, O Jacob, and hold it and hold and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. Give not thine honor to another, nor things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation. You're giving the things that are beneficial to you to a strange nation. That's not how you move. That's not what you should do. You should be a brother that gives, that serves the Lord and holds fast to what the Lord is giving you, right? Because look, verse 4, O Israel, happy are we, for the things that are pleasing to God are made known to us. The things that please the Lord are made known to us, not these other nations. The Lord didn't choose them. The Lord didn't pick them. The Lord didn't set them up. The Lord gave it to us. And we just going to discard that when these other nations know what the Lord gave you and they try to use it for themselves. They try to make it beneficial to them. We just gonna throw it away, ball it up like a piece of garbage, piece of paper, and just throw it away. Like, man, that ain't nothing. You see what I'm saying? That's what we as Israelites tend to do. We have to break that cycle. We have to stop being like that. I'm gonna read it again. Oh Israel, oh so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives. That's what you're so-called in the world today. But Israel is our forefather, and Israel is the name of our nation. We are Israelites, right? Happy are we, for the things that are pleasing to God are made known to us, right? Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. You were sold to nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved God to wrath, and you were delivered unto your enemies, right? This is another thing that we got to understand. The Lord raise these nations up above you because we sinned against him. And the more and more we choose to go against what the Lord has given us and balling up what the ways that are pleasing to him and throwing them away, the more we continue to do that, it's the more and more we're going to be destroyed. The book of Hosea 4:6 says, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. We're destroyed for this lack of knowledge. We're destroyed because we lack the knowledge that should be known to us, that we should be grasping, that we should be holding on to. We lack that knowledge, right? For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils. This is what we was just talking about. You chose to go in these other ways of these other nations. You chose to not love your brother and sister. You chose to despise them, despise your people just like the other people in other nations, these heathen nations despise us. You chose to be like them, right? And you chose to serve their gods and be into their ways and do their rituals and sacrifices and, to keep their holidays and things of that nature, right? For you provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to God. Ye have forgotten the everlasting God that brought you up. Like, you forgot the Lord when he brought you up out of the land of Egypt. This is what us as blacks and Hispanics have done. You forgot what Christ died for. You forgot these things, right? And you have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. We had our own land. We had our own city. Now it's being ran over and being overrun by somebody else. The place that we were brought up at, the place that we left from Egypt and finally got our land and finally got our own place for us to call home, we grieved it because we gave it up to be like somebody else. We had our own stuff. We gave it up to be like somebody else. How long are you gonna continue this mindset, man? How long are you gonna want to continue to be like these other people and try to be joined unto them and hate your brothers and hate your sisters and look at life through their perspective? When the Lord gave you a way of life to look at it that's pleasing unto him, right? Where was that? Verse 9, Baruch 4:9. And when she saw the wrath of God, hold on. That's it on that, right? When I say that, so that's what we're talking about. When I say that you want to be like these other nations, you adopt a mindset, and that mindset is to hate blacks, Hispanics, and natives. That mindset is to, despise the Israelites, despise God's chosen people. God has a chosen people. I know y'all heard the precept, Deuteronomy 7:6, right? God has a chosen people. God wants you to marry only your own people, right? Be joined into your own people. That's brotherhood. That's in the law too, right? Pull this precept. Because a lot of brothers in the world stunt and it's another thing, a lack of brotherhood brothers tend to have. They tend to, shun our own sisters for these heathen because these heathen offer the box faster or whatever reasons that they do. These brothers tend to do this, and sisters tend to go with a heathen man. And these are the things that the Lord, or an African man, or anybody that's not in our nation. And Tobit 4:12 says, beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers, and take not a strange woman to wife, which is not of thy father's tribe. Right? For we are the children of prophets, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred, and were blessed in their children, and in their seed shall inherit the land. See what I'm saying? That's what we gotta do as brothers and sisters. Take that sister. You see what I'm saying? Love that sister. Don't get that love to that heathen woman. Love that sister. See what I'm saying? Correct her, build her, raise righteous daughters so she can, do the same for the next brother. You see what I'm saying? Hold on. Verse 13. Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren, and despise not in thy heart thy brethren. This is what I've been saying the whole time. Despise not in thy heart thy brethren, and the sons and daughters of thy people, and not taking a wife of them, for in pride and destruction, For in pride is destruction and much trouble, and in lewdness is decay of great want. For lewdness is the mother of famine. Like when you like the way America is trying to, how I say, form you into, believing that it's okay to love another nation, that it's okay to, be joined into another nation, that it's the right thing to do. You got to understand that it's not the right thing to do. It's the wrong thing to do. You see what I'm saying? You should not be joining unto these other nations. You should not be a part of these other nations. You know what I'm saying? This is something that you should not be doing. And we got to learn to be, you know, like they try to normalize it. So when you see it, you're like, okay, it's cool. Like he can be where you can love whoever you want to love. You can be with whoever you want to be with. But no, I know it's part of some of y'all that see that just like I see it, and I'm like, ew, that is not right. You know what I'm saying? That is not how that's supposed to be. Yet, yet you tend to think it's okay, so you do it, and then a sister has lost out on being with a great man, or possibly a great man, but he's not a great man because he love white women. But you see what I'm saying? How your actions could affect the nation. Now your children, you know, got heathen in them and stuff like that. We as a nation gotta, in us being with one another and gathering and being with each other, it's hold on, Slaki. It's a blessing, Slaki. It's a blessing that the Lord has bestowed upon us. Cause like it says, Slaki, like it said in Tobit. Oh, let me go back. Like it said in Tobit, from the beginning, we were Slaki. From the beginning, that's how it was. You know what I'm saying? From the beginning, we were supposed to be blessed. I mean, we were supposed to take from the times of Noah, from the times of Abraham, from the times of Isaac and Jacob. You know what I'm saying? They all did what the Lord wanted and took wives of their own kindred and were blessed in their children. You should do the same. You see what I'm saying? And beware of, you know, of whoredom. Beware of, you know, interracial marriages, which is unlawful in the eyes of the Lord. And it's offensive to your sister. You'd rather take a heathen over your sister. You'd rather take a heathen over your brother. It's offensive. You see what I'm saying? Because scriptures say what? There's a way which seemeth right unto the man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Let me see there. Let me pull that precept for y'all real quick. Psalm 16 and 25. There's a way which seemeth right unto man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. See what I'm saying? So you tend to think that it's right to marry a heathen woman. You tend to think it's the right thing to do to marry a heathen brother, or to hate your brother, or to live the way that you want to live. And the Lord says, the way that you think you want to live, living your best life, and the ways that America has taught you to live, those ways lead to death. Those ways lead to dying. You see what I'm saying? You got to be a brother, you got to be a sister that wants life. And how do we receive life? What are the ways of life? The law, statutes, commandments of the Lord. Loving our brother as thyself, loving our neighbor as thyself. You see what I'm saying? Loving the Lord with all thy might, all thy soul. Serving the Lord in spirit and in truth. You see what I'm saying? Forgiving a brother, forgiving a sister, gaining a brother, gaining a sister. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that we must do as a nation. So like, and pull my next precept. Let me get this one real quick. This might be my last precept we roll out. Deuteronomy 10 and 12, right? And now, Israel, what doeth the Lord require of thee? Right? So now we're going to learn what the Lord requires of us as Israelites, as blacks, Hispanics, and natives, right? This is what the Lord requires of thee. And we heard this. Most people, most Christians have heard that on these these are the two greatest commandments. They hear that in Matthew. Here's a little bit further breakdown of it, right? Verse Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Now, Israel, what do the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. That's the first thing. That's what the Lord requires of us. You must fear the Lord thy God, serve him, love him with everything in us. See what I'm saying? Verse 13, to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good. Hold on, wait, select it. To keep the commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good. Behold, heaven, behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens is the Lord thy God. The earth also, with all that is therein, right? The Lord made all this. This is all the Lord's, right? Only the Lord had a delight in thy fathers to love them, and he chose their seed after them, even you above all people, at all people as it is this day. Verse, it's like in verse 16. It's like I'm gonna break that down. So the Lord had to delight in our fathers and thy fathers. Yeah, the Lord had to delight in Abraham. The Lord had to delight in Noah. It's like in Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The Lord had to delight in them. You see what I'm saying? Just like we read in Job 4 and 12. They did what the Lord had commanded them. They served the Lord in righteousness, and the Lord blessed them and blessed their seed. This is why we in the favor of the Lord today, because we are that seed that was blessed back then. You see what I'm saying? We are that seed that was blessed back then. And the brothers back then did what the Lord required of them. They loved the Lord with all their heart, all their soul, all their might. This is the things that the Lord did. I mean, these were the things that they did, and the Lord in return blessed them. Right? Now we must do the things that the Lord requires of us, and then we will be blessed. Right? Because he's picked us above all people, is what we read in Baruch 4. O Israel, happy are we that the things that are pleasing unto the Lord are made known to us. This is the Lord giving us the ways that are pleasing unto him. Verse 16. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart and be no more stiff-necked. Right? Meaning wash your mind, baptize your mind in the ways of the Lord, cleanse your mind, and stop being so hard-headed. Stop being a person that is just don't listen. Be a person that listens, right? For the Lord your God is God of gods and Lord of lords, a great God, a great power, a mighty and a terrible, which regardeth not persons, nor taketh reward. He do execute judgment. He do execute the judgment of the fatherless and the widow, and loveth the stranger, in giving him food and raiment. Love ye therefore the stranger, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. Right? This goes back to brotherhood. The Lord's not going to play with you. He's not going to play with you. He's going to send Edomites to come rape, rob, and pillage you for doing wrong. See what I'm saying? He's going to do that if you choose not to follow the ways of the Lord. He's going to do these things. Do you want to continue to be in oppression? Do you want to continue to be, you know, in servitude? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Well, maybe some of y'all don't, because some of y'all don't even realize you're in servitude. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all don't even realize that you're being oppressed. You see what I'm saying? But for those who do you want to continue in that way? No. Then what you got to do? Do the opposite of what you did to get in this situation. Do the opposite of what our forefathers did to be in this situation. We are our forefathers, if y'all didn't know. We are the ones that messed up back then. That's why we suffering now. That's why our seed is suffering now. Because we the ones that messed up. So what do? We got to do the opposite of what we did then, and that's serve the Lord, have brotherhood. The Lord said, I love the stranger. I clothe the stranger. I give him raiment. Right? I give him food. Love ye therefore the stranger, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. We're not talking about a stranger, random heathen that you see on the street. That stranger is that fellow, your fellow brother, your fellow sister. That's that stranger, right? Thou shalt fear the Lord thy God. Him shalt thou serve, and him shalt thou cleave, and swear by his name, right? Because like we just read, for the Lord is your God. He is the God of gods, Lord of lords, a great power, a mighty and a terrible power, which regardeth not persons nor taketh reward. This is who we serve, the creator of the heavens and the heavens of heavens. You see what I'm saying? The creator of land and sea. This God. And he requires you to love your brother as you love yourself. He requires you to, you know, gain a brother. He requires these things of you. He requires you to love him and serve him. These are the things that the Lord requires of us, and these are the things that we must do. And with that, tune in next week. We got the Feast of Purim coming up. That's in March, I believe, the 5th. Make sure y'all, tune in for that if you could. It's a memorial of the Lord, feast day, but it's a memorial of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? Starting March 5th and it closes on March 6th, sundown. We also got Passover in Raleigh, North Carolina. Make sure you're there. Make your preparations now. I know things get tight for us as Israelites. You know what I'm saying? But don't let that demon stop you from Passover. Don't you realize it happens every year? It happens every year. Dang, I can't make it to Passover. I'm not going to be able to make it to Passover. Passover, can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Do it. Do it. Just do it. Just sacrifice for the Lord and do it. It takes a lot. I know. Trust me. I'm telling you what you must do. Come glorious how you can, the best you can. Put your effort into it. Put your spirit into it. The Lord put his effort and spirit into saving you, into getting you out of Egypt. You see what I'm saying? The Lord put his effort into giving you his word and teaching you the righteousness of the Lord, the righteousness of his ways. Make an effort to make it a Passover. Put your zeal into it. Right? Likewise with each other. You see what I'm saying? That's Passover coming up April 1st. Try to get there, try to get there for a couple days. Experience the whole slaughter of the lamb if you could. The all black party coming out. They got a concert this year. I think all brothers and sisters that you hear these UPK songs are going to be performing. They got various nightclubs and children parties and things for the children and things for the adults to do. You know what I'm saying? So the whole itinerary is out. If you look on my Facebook page or various other brothers' Facebook page, they're going to have the itinerary there. So I got it pinned to my page. So that's the first thing you're going to see. You can see what's going down. But make sure you make it to Passover in Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm going to be there, Lord allow. And, it's just what we must do. We're commanded to do these things. So we got to do it, man. I know it's a struggle sometimes. I know it's tough sometimes. Money tight, this, that, and the third. But trust me, you're going to make it. You're going to be like, hey, I persevered through this. And next year, I'm going to be there again and again and again. You see what I'm saying? So stand firm, stand strong, make it to Passover through all obstacles, all observations. All obstacles and all hindering, stumbling blocks. Let's get there, man. I'll be glad to see all y'all there. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure the generals will as well. What else is another announcement? Follow ISUBK on all avenues, man. Please share these classes. Please share them reels that you see. Know y'all seeing them. Share them reels, like the reel. Just support the truth. That goes into supporting the truth as well. Ultimately, pay your ties to the ISBK. Support what you love. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna support what you love. And paying your ties is a part of that. It's a commandment as well. And with that, Shalom Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Barakatah. Shalom Yahweh Shemar Bashim Yahweh Shai to all the brothers and all the sisters. Shalom.